This verse is gonna take a few from us.
And I don't trust no elephant in the room, cause I'm the elephant.
And we all been through something that traumatized us forever. In fact, we all gathered here today cause traumatized us together. I came here free, cause I was made for that.
He said he needed one more. I told him meet me at the Papi Store.
Early on, my biggest musical influence was my boy Yo-Yo, who I told you, because he introduced me to even what hip hop was for me. Because I'm a white kid that went to a prep school, and you know I lived in the hood, of course, but it was still a little bit of an adaptation to apply to the hood rules. You know, for me, you got to learn through experience, through the hood rules. That usually comes with a lot of pain. And the music always took away the pain. Early on, I had records. You know, I had everybody's records because I was a DJ. So we used to go to the record store, and I'll go in and pick out doubles of everything, because at this time you had to buy two. I pick out doubles and sit them there, and I send my man in with the bag with one record that we brought from another record shop downtown on Market Street, and he'd come out with all the records for that night. So we always had the brand new shit, LL Cool J and all of that. Ultramagnetic was probably one of the top inspirations for me. Before that, Jazzy Jeff. I told you about the mixtapes, but Ultra actually showed up in my life with a drum machine called the SP1200, and they created a song called "Kick the Ball" on a Tough Crew album for a group called Crown Rulers. It was on our album, and I watched them create it. So that gave us we didn't have an SP1200, so that gave us an extreme, advantage in Philly, because nobody had an SP1200 or 12 in Philly either. They was brand new. Not only did they have the machine, and they did 2 tracks with us, but they passed us another one of those priceless gifts that you find coming as a universal blessing, fall into your lap. You meet Sad G, they do a song for you, and then 33 years later, I go on tour.
What are some of the differences between the equipment that you used back in the day to now? I know there's got to be a big difference, especially in like the technology advancing and whatnot. Like,
that's a good question. So I still use 1200s, but I use a phase DJ, which is 2 domino-sized sticks that works by GPS. And it tracks the motion of my hands to show me the MP3 song moving on my laptop. Back in the day, I used to have people to help me carry crates of records because the records were so heavy. We had to bring 5 or 6 crates. Other people want to bring their crates. If not, we had just our set in a backpack and stuff like that. But using the stuff today is one, you don't really have to pay for it. It's another secret. I'm disclosing a lot of my tactics, so I don't need y'all going, copying my shit. Peace and love to the samplers out there. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. We can go on YouTube and grab anything we want. We got it for that night. As opposed to back in the day, you had to go buy the record. You really got to physically go downtown. How long is it going to take you to get down there, get the records, get back? Right. We don't got that kind of time today. We can do it in a fraction of that time.
They got the record in the store.
If it's popular, they might not. But now we can do it in a fraction of the time. Again, we back to preparation, right? Look how much easier it's become for you to set up your playlist. You don't even got to go buy the records. You can buy it on iTunes if you want, but we're talking about the time it takes you to go to the record store and come back. New equipment. Every tour show that I've done so far on the Ultra and the BSF tour has come with a obstacle to jump over. Some type of driver needed to be loaded, some type of we didn't know how to use this mixer, some type of this is not the mixer that was on the rider. So that was good because that lets me adjust to all different types of mixers that's placed in front of me. Again, I can call somebody, use my lifeline. I'm going to use my lifeline to call a friend, please. Okay, so I'll call a friend. Yo, Google this for me because this joint ain't matching. And he Google it and we work it out. I got a sound man there too as well. Now I got a studio at my house. Rough Nation was great enough to, buy me a drum machine, which is a Akai MPC X. And I used to use a MPC 60, and then I moved to an MPC 2000. So I've always been an MPC boy. But I was never the audio engineer that used the DAW, record my own shit, go to the effects, plugins, chopping and slicing inside there. I did do it on cassettes, but that's a much simpler, less tactical approach when you do it with a cassette. So I got this cassette machine, DJ Z-Trip, a famous DJ from out in Phoenix, Arizona on the West Coast. He got a show called Salute the Sample that he does with LL Cool J and Real Greg Nice from Nice and Smooth. He bought me a machine and sent it to me by FedEx. It arrived at my crib. It was a Tascam 688, and it plays cassettes. So I had all these cassettes from back in the day, which are basically the studio masters. And I started remastering stuff. I got a deal with Rough Nation. They pressed my shit on double vinyl off of those cassettes. And they also bought me that drum machine. So I wanted to salute Rough Nation and my man Eric from Creep Records here in Philly. Peace and love. Love y'all guys. So then, now the challenge is learning to work the drum machine. Oh, because you legendary. You're supposed to already know that shit. Yeah. And to me, I'm telling that to myself. Right. It's going to be a piece of cake, man. I'm about to kill it. And then I turn it on. So then I sneered at it for about 2 months. I ain't like that motherfucker. I sneered at it because I know I got to put time in on it. Yeah. I don't have the time right now because I'm not willing. Willingness is a big one. Willing to go to the show and bring good energy, regardless of what's happening at home, regardless of who keeps calling on the phone, regardless of who shows up, for a quick handoff. So we here at the Papi Store, man. We talking about all type of different shit, right? Yeah. Again, I might be having problems answering the questions all the way down to the T, but we're gonna move forward through the story, right?
You ain't got no
It's Too Tuff. Follow me on Instagram at DJ TOOTUFF. Follow the Papi Store on Instagram as well.
And we understand there's a lot of Papi stores out there. There's no shade, no slight. But
it's not like this one.
Oh, well, I actually did have questions that was outside of DJing and music and whatnot. Yeah, so it's just non-hip-hop related type questions, right? So it's outside of DJing and music, what are some of your other passions or hobbies? Something that's maybe not too many people would know about you, right?
I'm going to say the rest of my day gets taken up with my son. Whether it's playing VR, whether it's, let's do the honest one. Trying to get him to take the motherfucking VR off to go out and get sunlight. Because I'm a Kensington kid. We go in the fire plug, we play in the streets and all of that. Motherfuckers get hit by cars and shit. I come from that era. This one, it seems like somewhat of a withdrawal. Again, maybe we can attribute it to outside factors because he been sick. I don't know if this is part of the interview, but he had a cold. I'll give him the leniency, but I believe that some of the things that I like to do, I race home to get to my son. Like after whatever tour it is. Whether there's problems at home, whether this is due, that's due. Remember, all this is in my head, right? Yeah. Everybody got bills due. Everybody got problems. It's how you manage them and the energy that you exchange with other people that's going to get you a little bit further. Combine that with what? Hold on. Let's pull the notes back up. Consistency. We said that first. Now we're talking about preparedness, preparation. The night before we was doing something. Now we scared. We did the preparation and we've been consistent for quite some time. But the moment is here. We still a little bit scared. Here's where prayer comes into the picture, right? Because none of these things happened because I did anything. I took a couple little steps and then it was whisked away on this mighty river, right? Before, I was swimming up the river, see, in the opposite direction of the river. I was trying to swim against the tide. And I was getting tired. I made a little progress. I fell. I floated back down. Now I could just flow with the river. Hey, I watched some Alan Watts videos, and it opened something up in my head. I do my research in the morning. I do a little meditation situation with myself because I wake up in the same crazy state of mind as if I'm about to go get six. So we know we're not getting six today, so that's not even an option. I can't even escape from reality if I should choose to, because I made an agreement with myself that I'm not going to any longer choose to escape from reality. I'm gonna walk through it courageously. A parent dies, My mom and dad are both alive, but I'm saying some days I might wake up with a morbid thought, place myself at somebody's funeral. Again, we back to the automatic negative thoughts. These joints progress if we don't deal with them now. Stay in the 24 hours. When I wake up in the morning, I ask God to give me another day clean, and then I ask him to take charge of the day. Because when I take charge of the day and do it my way, I usually got to work a lot harder, and it seems like a big task. But when I ask God to help me with the day and just point me in that direction, I stumble upon the Papi Store podcast opportunity. We meet and we talk about ultramagnetic movie for editing, splicing it up, adding music. These are things that I couldn't possibly put together myself. This is what I want to do, and I write it in the list. These things only happen spontaneously, and it comes through good energy. Yeah. So I learned a lot over the last 4.5 years, and I try to spread it out, pass the message.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a beautiful feeling, and I love that you keep bringing up your son and your family, because that's a hell of a reason to have. That's a hell of a reason to change your life right there. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of these fathers stepping up. And
you got to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
If you do it for somebody else and that person passes away, leaves you, break up in a marriage, oh, the demon is there waiting for you. The demon been doing push-ups while you was cool. All that time you was cool, you clean and sober, that pink cloud vibrating and everything.
Yeah.
You got a new pair of sneaks, your shit tight, you got a little ring. Yeah, crack right around there. Bull got him. Mm-hmm. Remember you walked by him yesterday. So the demon is always around. Hey, what we gonna look at? We could look at the painful parts, or we could look at the positive parts. Yeah. That's what I talked about, is perspective. Just a little bit of a change. Last thing. If I'm on a mountain looking down at a city, or if I'm in a microscope looking at a cell magnified 1,000 times like that, perspectives are everything, because we can see a little bit deeper. The microscope is going to let you see a little deeper into the atomic shit, whatever it is. Over the mountaintop, hey, you see shit too, but it's a different perspective, right?
Yeah. No, that's a fact. I mean, just to play off of your perspective and whatnot, you've been around the world a couple times, right? Different countries, different cities, different states. What are some of your favorite travel destinations? Some of the favorite places you've been to so far?
Well, this was the first time this year that I ever went on any type of tour that involved any type of length of time. I did 13 shows with ultramagnetic MCs. We had a gold Sprinter, and we was driving around the whole Europe. We took a plane from JFK Airport. We landed in Heathrow. There was some automated cars. Kool Keith ain't want to get in the automated cars. He said he don't fuck with AI, so he caught a regular cab. Yeah. And then we got in the
smart man.
We got in the AI cars and we went to the hotel. First show was in Manchester. Then we went to Leeds. This is in the United Kingdom in England. Then we went to Bristol. Then we went to London. It was 3 shows in London: Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Ultramagnetic MCs, and I was like, I had to open a set at all of these joints, so it was big shit for me over there too. They was lined up with the Tough Crew album covers for me to autograph, and then we pack our shit, go back to the hotel, and drive 7 hours to the next destination. One of the destinations, we drove underneath a tunnel that went under the English Channel, and we ended up in France, and then we drove through Germany, and when we got to the end of Germany, we did a show in Brazil or Berlin. We went to Untold, which is in the Netherlands, and then we went to Amsterdam. So I would say that Amsterdam is my favorite location. But you see all of those stars that I just dropped, like London, and it just kept increasing. And me, I'm over there, wide-eyed, like, oh shit. So you got to have a bunch of different kinds of money, euros, francs, and all this other shit, pounds and everything. So it was a little daunting to buy something. I just used the card and we was good. But in Amsterdam, at the Melkweg, which is the name of the club, Kool Keith threw me an alley-oop. And he brought me out on stage to rhyme for the first time, because I'm a DJ Too Tuff.
Yeah.
So I don't usually rhyme. But due to the influence of OT The Real, and doing the research properly to face myself in the direction of maybe I could DJ for him one day if I learn his catalog. Maybe I might make a mixtape. Hey, I just want you to see me. Mm-hmm. Same with Benny the Butcher and BSF. I did a joint with they released a joint with DJ Premier. It was called Times Is Rough. And Benny came out and he said, I want all the DJs to go and get my new record and mix that shit up. What? Shit, I ran home and mixed that motherfucker up. I did too. So, you know, I don't know. I didn't win, but they posted it on their page, and now we go 2 years later, and I just came from doing, you know, the BSF joint, and we place it into the universe, and we can manifest it if we give the right energy off to the other people. What's that mean? Well, when you by yourself and nobody ain't watching, let's try to do a good deed that nobody else don't know about except me. Who I gotta tell? Because the glory coming from somewhere else. It's not coming from, oh, I seen you do that good deed. That's not what I'm looking, you know, if you say that, that's cool. Like when they say, yo, I'm so proud of you for what you're doing, and I'm steady, got the next post going. Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't know how to accept that I'm proud of you part, because I'm so used to them telling me, you a piece of shit, get the fuck out of my house, you know? And I'm from down the way. So if you throw me out of your house, it's a lot of different corners I can go to. I'll blend right in and I'll leave there with some bread too. Now, we know better. We know better today. Yeah. We know better today after having experienced what? Massive pain. Massive pain. That's going to change you. Massive pain is always a good dose if you need to make a change in your life.
That's a fact. I mean, they say pressure bust pipes or they make diamonds.
Yes.
You're going to be the bust pipe or you're going to be the diamond in the rough. Which one you want to be?
I'm glad I'm on this side.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, looking back, and I could tell you horror stories that's not really occurring today. You know?
Absolutely. I'm glad you looked yourself in the mirror, man. I'm glad you decided to make those changes. Because guys like Ochi the Real, guys like Keith and all them guys, they need guys like you to remind them where they come from. And you need them to remind them where you going. And
shit. They made me 20 years younger.
That's love, man. That's love. I do got another question, though, right? If you could look at your younger self, and let's say there's a young boy out there that's an aspiring rapper, an aspiring DJ, he want to get in the mix, don't necessarily know how, maybe he's facing some fears or whatnot. What's some of the advice you can give them, you know?
Well, I would say get a Mac. Don't fuck with the PC. Grab a Mac. That's the first thing. Anything you want to create, just you ask me my opinion. I don't want to get into the controversy, but I use all Mac stuff. It allows me to fine tune it. Serato DJ Pro is going to be the choice of battle weapon. That's industry standard. Record box, I don't know. You know, another one, Tractor, I don't know. I use Phase DJ, little controller drums. I just sit it on the top of it. So, A, get the proper equipment first. B, practice is essential. We from Philly. Allen Iverson doesn't like practice, but if you want to be a scratch DJ, you gotta practice. And it takes just a little bit every day, 15 minutes. Same way I had to learn how to work the MPC-X. 15 minutes a day. Get frustrated, walk away, smoke a cigarette, come back, try another 15 minutes. If it's too much for that day, I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow, when tomorrow comes, I'm back on the MP. Whether I'm frustrated or not, I'm back on the MP. In my meantime, I'm watching YouTube videos. YouTube is a priceless joint because we didn't have YouTube in '86. We had to have cassette tapes from Jazzy Jeff that was passed around the neighborhood and a ball to go with it to explain what's going on the tape, you know? Salute my man Yo-Yo. Rest in peace, Anthony Ray, man. I miss you. Motion goes on through the spirit in my hands, bro. So, you see, he was a big inspiration to me. We talked about getting a Mac. We talked about, what was the second? Practicing. Practicing. Yeah, we used the AI comparison. And the third thing I think is consistency. And I mean that sort of with social media. You know, if you do something, then you need to big it up. Social media is part of the job. If you're unwilling to do social media and you're in a position where you can have somebody else do it for you, but that whole social media, we're learning how to chop videos, having your phone with you, having the balls to press the record button when you in the room with Benny the Butcher. What they gonna say? I don't know what they gonna say, but it's a little bit in between fanboy and footage for your page. So we got to know how to balance.
So being able to put that ego to the side. Like.
Yeah, balance is good, but courage is good as well. Let's say, what are they going to think about this mix that I make? I don't want to put it out because I don't think it's good enough. I told you I was a perfectionist, so I'm always questioning, myself. Even if it's spectacular, it could have been a little bit better to me. Those type of ideas, we got to move them out of the way because those stop progress. Perfectionism is the block to progress because it ain't never done. There always got to be something else tweaked with it. Yeah. Look, do it, the energy that came from it, mix it. The boy that came in here, salute my man Thorough 215. He mixes all my shit to precise. It's just like 50 Cent, like Jay-Z's shit, any top-notch label. All of my shit on YouTube. You could check out Behold the Detonator by DJ Too Tuff. You could check out Me Versus Me by DJ Too Tuff. Both of those are on the label called Spit Slam Records. Chuck D from Public Enemy owns the label. I did a couple other remixes called In Danger and Bringing 88 Back for Chuck D's album called Summer of Ham. So I'm heavy in the mix with Chuck D. We drop shit on the regular at Spit Slam. And you just see me, soup kitchen in the building type of thing with OT. But if it wasn't for Thorough, he gives it that classic fingerprint, so I always got to shout him out on every interview, especially since he just, popped up on us.
Yeah, you dropped a lot of gems on us, man, and you being in the right places. I do want to plug my shit in, you know what I'm saying? Let you know, I got a couple records out there, baby, where you can spin some of that shit in the UK.
Oh, yeah, send them joints over.
Definitely. But other than that, man, it was a blessing having you, man. That the universe works in mysterious ways, man, and I feel like it put us together for a reason, and it was a lot deeper than what I expected, man.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I was able to, see people laugh in between the interviews. But I wrote a special rhyme for the Papi Store, John. Don't you?
Shit, right? Let me hear something.
He said he needed one more. I told him meet me at the Papi Store, cause I remember when he was a young boy, but I just served him 10 behind the gun store. Now all his one's gone. He got the scars on his arms from the Fetty and the Trank Johns. He copped the stem and stuffed it with chore. No police reports. We just here staring at his dead corpse, seeing the wars headlined. My team toured. I went on Offer Up. He dropped me a pen, a link. Then I told him cough it up, cause I'm the spearhead. I had 8 bodies taxidermied on my wall like a deer head. Big game hunting. Big name wanting. That's how I let the fear spread. Feeding off their head nods, I blessed her with a tester. She dipped out, said she'd meet me back at the land of Nod. I was bitten, playing spades on the pod, thinking about how one day I might rock Crotona Park. Come fuck with me. I hit you with the braggadocious, mixed with a little bit of rats and roaches, Max exploding, drug and gun toting, pussy moon rock smoking. Now they showing me all the love. I took him to my car, showed him all my drugs. Cause I was out there in the middle moving that money love. Nicks and Dubs, they giving phony love, and now they know that I'm the plug. They try and hustle up more change. I just want more fame. I sold them more cane, brought their families more pain. They already know I'm going up. Like a smoker, keep on going till his lighter fucking blowing up. I'm not slowing up. It was an act of desperation. He almost shit himself, texting and pacing in anticipation of my arrival. Let me remind you, this is the second time I'm going up. My driver not scared. He in the truck with the windows tinted, rolling up. I chased the fame enough to earn the name they call Too Tough. I took a couple shots on Waterloo, selling dope and ducking cops, but just a day ago I seen one try to rap again. I caught him out the side of my eye while I was packaging. I was moving stealthily through the trap again. I thought I told this pussy never let me see him rap again. I got more, but Too Tough, man. Check me out. I'm doing features. We're at the Papi Store, man. Thanks for letting me spit that.
Go home and rewrite some things, yeah. I mean, wait till I come back to this bitch, boy. Catch me at the Profit Over Wages Cypher, man. I'm just going down, you heard?
See, that got the heavy soup kitchen influence. You know what I mean? Salute my man OT the Real for the total charge up, man. Thorough 215, whole soup kitchen, BSF, Tough Crew, and everybody. One love.
BYOH, we so fly. L1NK, he got the 4-5. It's profit in this bitch, yeah, we copping more pies. Known to be my own hero with a Papi Store vibe. Facts.